So it looks like the latest Xbox Series X All Digital leak gives way more credence now to the previous leaks, suggesting that next generation Xbox is coming early, in 2026. Let's look into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I would like to talk about next generation Xbox, because it looks like this console is coming earlier than we all thought. As early as 2026, even maybe. Now, but first, broader context. The very first leaks about next-gen consoles overall started appearing like last year around FTC trial, I think like middle of last year or something like that. And the leaked documents from the FTC trial actually suggested 2028, 2029 as start of next generation. But these very first leaks suggested that PlayStation 6 is going to launch around this time, and that I think there were even some suggestions about like a Pro model, right? And but I'm not 100% sure about that that Pro model in the FTC leaks. I think Microsoft did say that they believe a PlayStation is planning one. It's not like it was set in stone. But anyway, so that's when people started kind of getting used to the fact that there's going to be Pro models, and then next gen will start around 2028. Then we had another big FTC leak, kind of leaking a lot of plans for next-gen Xbox too. I mean, and also Xbox refresh, right? So an Xbox refresh was supposed to appear, launch this year. It was supposed to be more of a cylindrical kind of shape, and come with some improvements to Wi-Fi connectivity and all kinds of stuff. It was supposed to be all digital, but it looks like it's not happening, right? And the very same leak suggested that next-gen Xbox is going to come around 2028 too. The same leak spoke about controllers, some extra features in the controllers too. And shortly after that leak, Phil Spencer came out and said that like we should not really believe everything that leaked, because plans change, because these plans were made a long time ago. A lot of plans have already changed. Especially now, you can actually believe that, like within last a year and a half, a lot of plans actually has changed when it comes to Xbox. That's for sure, especially after Activision Blizzard King acquisition, even when it comes to like publishing, plans. But anyway, let's go back to the hardware. So Phil Spencer did suggest back then that not all that we all saw in that leak is still on the cards. It's not that the leak was false or the plans were false, it's just plans changed, right? And shortly after that, there was Kepler L2, who's very well known for leaking hardware, AMD hardware stuff. He basically said that he has heard that the Xbox refresh has been cancelled, and so there's no plans for that anymore, and that the next generation Xbox may come early, right? And I'm not sure if he suggested the date. Maybe he did, but I know for a fact that some other sources started speculating that it may be as early as 2026. And also, I think Kepler L2 also, not confirmed, but leaked that there's no documentation, there's no trace of AMD working with Xbox on a Pro model too, right? So that's why he said that instead of focusing on a Pro model, Xbox will just release a little bit earlier. And so that was all the previous leaks, like, old leaks, right? But we never had any additional confirmation whether that's going to be happening or not. And then a couple of weeks ago, we started hearing some other leaks suggesting that Xbox will actually make another console or release another model, but it's going to be like just like an old digital console rather than a proper refresh. And yesterday, first pictures of that console actually leaked. You can check my yesterday's video about it. There's pictures, and like the console is pretty much the same good old Xbox Series X console. Is just white. It's all digital, so there's no optical drive. It's probably going to be cheaper. There's rumors suggesting that, the same leaker that leaked the pictures actually says that they are planning to announce that console very soon, and apparently it's going to come to the market around middle of this year, so it's pretty soon, right? Whether that's going to be June, July, August, or September, I don't know, right? But looks like they're not going to be waiting until Christmas time, right? So they will release it earlier. So that's actually interesting, because this kind of suggests that really the previous plans for all digital proper Xbox Series X refresh has been cancelled, right? Because like if they are releasing that standard Xbox Series X all digital console now, what's the point of releasing another refreshed version of it, right? Like in different shape and stuff. Makes no sense. So that gives way more credence now to the previous leaks, like from Kepler L2, who basically said that the actual proper refresh, the one with cylindrical kind of shape one, has been cancelled, and Microsoft is working on a next gen console. And so that's one thing. That's kind of one. Well, it's not really a confirmation, really, right? But it makes you think. But also, like now going back to the Xbox podcast in February, where Matt Booty, Phil Spencer, and Sarah Bond spoke about the future of Xbox, new business plans. Sarah Bond did talk about next-gen Xbox already, and she did say that the next-gen Xbox is going to be the biggest technical leap ever, right? I know it's just a PR talk, and I don't really get too excited about it. Looking at PlayStation 5 Pro, really, you can already say that when it comes to just pure specs, you don't expect anything major. Yes, it will be more powerful than Xbox Series X. It will be more capable than Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 and even Pro, like 2 years, 2.5 years from now, that's for sure. But it's not going to be like 5 times more powerful, I don't think, right? I think, if anything, that next-gen Xbox is going to be more about more features, AI-driven chips, and that kind of stuff. I think that's where this biggest technical leap will come from, in my opinion. And also, there's still talks of an Xbox handheld, right? I don't know when they're going to release it. Looks like they are planning to announce something still this year. So if they do, that Xbox handheld may actually release even next year. If they announce it this year, makes sense, right? I don't expect this handheld to be released this year. We would have heard something about it already, other than just prototypes. So we'll see, guys. I'll still make another video about that handheld, because this is an interesting topic, because some people speculate that maybe it's just going to be an Xbox Series S, in a smaller form factor, produced in 4 nanometers, but in my opinion, it just doesn't make much sense. So I'm actually curious what they're going to do with that handheld. It doesn't make sense in the sense that it just, if they will have to design it from scratch anyway, and you know, produce it in 4 nanometers anyway to shrink the chip and everything. So I mean, if they will be doing all that design work and pay AMD for that anyway, they may as well just make it next gen proof, so they can base it on Zen 3 or Zen 4 CPUs, APU. And you know, just a couple of days ago there was a leak suggesting that AMD is planning to release an Zen 4. Actually, no, Zen. I don't want to say. Okay, I don't want to lie to you. I mean, they just announced, like, I think Zen 5 based. Yeah, Zen 5 based APU, right? With RDNA 3 cores. So, you know, and it's coming this year. It's going to be available for a PC, for example, right? So, you know, they may as well just use this technology, which is obviously way more efficient, and you know, producing 4 nanometers, and it would be more future-proof, if you know what I mean, and still backwards compatible, in my opinion. So, but anyway, we'll see how that goes. I mean, backwards compatible with current gen consoles, especially Xbox Series S. I mean, obviously, you know, they would have to, you know, make sure that the specs are right. But to be honest with you, Xbox Series S has got very conservative GPU clock speeds. So that could actually work for RDNA, maybe even RDNA 4. I mean, maybe that's a stretch for next year, but you know, Zen 5 RDNA 3 APU for handheld next year, it's more than possible, and it probably wouldn't even be that expensive. So anyway, but like I said, you know, I'll make another video about it because I've got some thoughts of my own, and there's some cool technology out there already. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about it. Comment in the comment section below, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.